Real Madrid have held initial talks with Liverpool defender Ibrahima Konate's camp over a potential move next summer, Spanish outlet Fichajes has claimed. The world-class French centre-back has reportedly become a top target for Los Blancos, Chiefs, who are aiming to sign Konate on a free transfer in less than 12 months when his contract at Anfield expires. With talks over a new extension stalling, Liverpool now fear Konate could follow in the footsteps of his former teammate Trent Alexander-Arnold and join Real on a free after the 2025-26 season. Xabi Alonso is believed to have already approved Konate's arrival, and Real are said to be ready to formalize the deal in January if he does not sign a new contract with Liverpool. Real Madrid eyeing Ibrahima Konate. A move for Konate would represent another smart piece of business for Real Madrid, who have signed the likes of Alexander-Arnold, Kylian Mbappe and David Alaba on free transfers in recent seasons. The Frenchman has developed into one of the best centre-backs in the world since joining Liverpool from RB Leipzig in the summer of 2026 and played a key role in the Reds' title-winning campaign last term. He made 42 appearances in Arne Slot's first season, scoring twice and providing 2 assists, while maintaining a strong centre-back partnership with captain Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool have already spent over £250 million on new arrivals this summer but are still planning for a busy final month of the transfer window. The Reds remain keen on signing Newcastle striker Alexander Isak and are expected to make an initial approach for the Sweden international in the coming days. Rob Page says he's already discovered an exceptional young talent in Liverpool's U21s. Liverpool have had a revamp in their academy this summer as they aim to provide an ever clearer pathway to the first team. The Reds have had plenty of success in promoting young players in recent years and will look to continue that under the new regime. Liverpool secured a relative coup for the position of U21's head coach after convincing former Wales manager Rob Page to take the job. Having taken charge of his nation at the 2022 World Cup, and having previously managed Wales at youth team level, Page is more than qualified to take up a role with the Liverpool academy. With Arne Slot having most of the senior Liverpool squad to choose from this preseason, many of the Reds' most promising youngsters stayed back to work on Merseyside with Page. And having already seen many of them in action, the Welshman pinpointed one exceptional talent who has already caught his eye. Luis Kumas praised for preseason work. Liverpool's biggest talent right now is quite comfortably Rio Nagumoha. Nagumoha has been wowing Liverpool coaches in preseason and looks destined for a first-team role. However, there are plenty of other promising young players besides, and having watched them closely over the past month, Page wanted to pick out forward Luis Kumas for special praise. It's about getting the balance right, the coach told LiverpoolFC.com when asked about his playing style. Defensively, we need to be hardworking and organized. I've just preached to the players about the attitude during my first 2 weeks because I know they've got ability. It has been nice and really refreshing to be able to go and attack from the front. I want to mention Luis Kumas, who has been exceptional in preseason, and he triggers the press first just with his energy and his enthusiasm, Page added. I want to work with players like that because then you can be more on the front foot and play a more attack-minded game. However, it is worth noting that before the Reds jetted off for Hong Kong, he did play 45 minutes against Preston North End. Slot is clearly well aware of his qualities. Kumas had a good year at Stoke last season, and appears to have what it takes for a successful career in the game. Although there are potentially places up for grabs in Liverpool's forward line next season, and Page is obviously a big fan as well, we think the most likely scenario is that Kumas heads out for another loan this term. Having already proven himself in the Championship, a second move to the division could go some way to determining what his eventual level will end up being. Liverpool transfer roundup as Reds prepare second Alexander Isak bid and centre-back slips away. Liverpool entered the final month of the transfer window with a bang on Friday. The Reds have had a good summer in terms of the market, making some smart additions and bringing some good funds back in the other way. However, there is still work to be done, with Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak a key target. And with Liverpool also looking at bringing in another centre-back before the transfer deadline passes, things are starting to get very interesting. Here's the latest from the rumour mill on Friday. Liverpool ready to make second offer for Alexander Isak. The big news on Friday was that Liverpool have had a bid rejected by Newcastle for Isak. After more than a week of intense speculation, Liverpool made good on their promise to approach the Magpies with an offer reported to be in the region of £120 million. Despite Newcastle echoing their message that Isak is not for sale, Rousing the Cop understands that a second bid is already being prepared from Anfield. Sources indicate that after positive discussions took place with Isak's agents this week, Liverpool are confident of doing a deal with Newcastle for around £140 million. Anthony Gordon takes himself off the market. Another Newcastle player to have been firmly in Liverpool's sights in recent times is Anthony Gordon. The Reds tried to sign Gordon in the summer of 2024, only to see the deal called off by the selling club at the last moment. Speaking to the Daily Mail on Friday, Gordon admitted to thinking he was joining Liverpool, and also suggested that he will not be going anywhere this summer. It's been an absolute pleasure to be out of the transfer speculation for a summer. He said, it's the first time in about 3 years. It's been so easy, so mentally refreshing. Keep me out of it. I'm not linked to any clubs and I'm very happy where I am. I'm enjoying my football again. Liverpool miss out on Nathan Zeze. As well as losing out on Gordon, Liverpool have seemingly lost out on another target at centre-back as well. As RTK exclusively revealed earlier this summer, Liverpool were keeping tabs on Nathan Zeze of Nantes. However, Zeze has surprisingly decided to join Neom FC, with the Saudi Pro League side buying him for around £20 million. While it is unlikely that Zeze was top of Liverpool's short list this summer, he was certainly an option for them. With a move to Neom now completed, what can be said for certain is that the 20-year-old will not be playing for Liverpool anytime soon.